Welcome back, sweet friends, and if you are new, welcome. Celebrate Christmas in July with a double dose of nostalgia with me. I am sharing two beloved older videos that capture the magic and joy of past holiday seasons. Join me while I relive those treasured moments and embrace the festive spirit in the summer sun. So get ready for a delightful trip down memory lane as we spread Christmas cheer all year round. Be sure to hit that red subscribe button right now. You're also going to want to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos. So let's go ahead and get right into it, and I hope you guys all enjoy.
Come joining us all, the feeling is here today.
But today I'm going to be doing some Christmas, and I am so excited about today's video. I absolutely loved how this room turned out. I cannot wait to do the kitchen. That will be my next video. But again, if you are new here, I would love it if you hit that red subscribe button right now and go ahead and click that notification bell as well so you don't miss out on any videos. That just lets you know when I upload a brand new video so you don't miss out on any of those.
Little bad toys that cuddle and pull, dinosaurs.
Okay, so since I took all of my fall decor down and I was going to switch up this room, including like the situation with the furniture and rearrange everything, I really wanted to give my throw rug a really good clean. So I got out my carpet cleaner, and that's what I'm going to do. I did purchase this at Target and I love it. I did have to go over this rug several times. It was extremely dirty. I do have a dog and I do have some teenage boys, so it does definitely get pretty dirty. So I'm not going to bore you with going over it 3 or 4 times, but that's basically what I did, and it was all nice and clean by the time I was finished. And then I'm just going to be moving my couch. I am moving this green couch to my wall, and I noticed how much this freed up space in here, and it definitely made the room look so much bigger.
As quirky as mine, we're holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you.
Okay, so I just recently purchased this Christmas tree. If you follow me over on Instagram, you will have already known all about this. But I was looking for a Christmas tree that was very lifelike, and I did not want to spend a ton of money. I really like to get a good deal on when I purchase things, and I do not want to skimp on quality. I was a little nervous about this because it was online, but let me tell you, I am so in love with this tree. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it had extremely minimal shedding, like hardly any shedding at all. And the quality is just amazing. I mean, look at these pine needles. They look so real, and I just love the soft lights, and I just think it's very beautiful, and this is exactly what I was looking for. If you're interested in this tree, I am going to leave a link in my description box. Just go ahead and click on that link and it will lead you right to this tree. So hopefully they still have some in stock, and it did not take that long to arrive at my house either. So if you're interested, I will go ahead and leave that in my description box.
Give you a Christmas moment we'll fill with love and joy.
So right here, I'm just removing all of the fall items that I have in my hutch, and then I'm going to start decorating the mantle first. And I found this mirror 50% off at Hobby Lobby. I really want to add more gold colors to my decor. I'm really loving that. It gives it that French country look, and I just love, love, love that look right now. I know this mirror looks kind of small for this mantle, but I will dress it up with a lot of Christmas decorations. And I'm going to also add a very small tree over here. It's like a slim pencil tree. I purchased this at I believe it was Walmart last year, and I'm going to go ahead and try to find a link for this tree as well. It is a pre-lit tree, and it's really beautiful, and it just fits perfectly over here.
Baby, with you, I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Whoa, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh. La, da, da, da. Making our Christmas memories.
I really love how the flocking gives this room a very neutral tone, and I wanted to stick with that over here on the mantle. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding a few garlands up here, and then I'm going to add a few across the top. And I did find these garlands at Michael's, and I did purchase them, I want to say, over 10 years ago. So these are not new, and I just think it looks really pretty over here. And then in a little bit, I'm going to add a little bit more to this mantle. I will add some lights and some candles to just kind of warm things up.
Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh. La, da, da, da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree. And I've lit my house with Christmas lights.
I found these beautiful wooden candlesticks at Home Goods a while back. I want to say maybe a year or two ago. And then I did recently find these battery operated flameless candles online. And I did buy these a couple months ago, so I will go ahead and leave a link for those if you are interested. They come with a remote and they flicker, and they're just absolutely gorgeous.
You and me hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to?
Two of my boys are currently in hockey, and I thought these cute ice skates were a perfect fit to add up here to complete the look that I have. I think they're adorable, and I purchased them at Hobby Lobby last year, I believe. And then I love this little woven tree skirt, and I do believe I found that at Walmart last year.
Da, 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 da. Making our Christmas.
Okay, so at this point it is late and I am tired, so I will put the camera down and finish up tomorrow. I will quickly show you behind the scenes in here. It is a disaster, but I am not going to overwhelm myself in staying up too late. So tomorrow is a new day and I will be fully refreshed and ready to decorate.
And to see you again, baby.
Okay, so clearly it is the next day and I am so refreshed and ready to finish up in here, and I am definitely motivated to get everything finished. Right now, I am looking at this mess and having so much anxiety. I don't know if you are like me, but when I take any type of seasonal decor down and I get it out into the rooms that I will be using them in, I just get so much anxiety. It's just a lot to think about, and it's just a mess, and messes do that. I don't know if anybody out there is like me. I'm sure there is, but so I feel like if I get a little bit more organized, it lessens that stress that I am feeling. So I am taking certain bins and moving them into the other room because I will be using those in those rooms. So I am taking only the ornaments because right now I only have the Christmas trees to decorate. So I'm just taking those ornaments, and for each tree I'm just going to place them by the trees that I'm going to use them on. And it really does lessen that anxiety, and it keeps me so motivated to finish what I'm doing, as opposed to just keeping all of my decor out in the same room, looking at everything, and then just getting so overwhelmed I do not want to do anything. So I'm going to start with my pencil tree, and I found these wooden beads, I believe at Walmart last year or the year before. Honestly, I wish I could remember when I purchased these items, but once a year goes by, I can't remember. But if they still have them at Walmart, I will try to find a link for that. I'm going to try to find as many links as I can. And if there is an item in this video that you are interested in, please do not hesitate to ask down in the comments, and I will be more than happy to find a link for you.
Doesn't matter, it's Christmas in my heart.
So the look that I was going for in this room was French country and very neutral. So I am sticking with the neutral colors, and I'm going to add little tiny pops of gold in here as well. And I will be doing the same type of colors for both of these trees in here. And I just feel like this is what this room needs. I do not want this room to get too overwhelming. This room is not that big, and I feel like with just too many colors, it just gets kind of wild, and I didn't want to do that in here. I will be decorating with another tree in the living room, and I probably will add some more reds and more traditional colors in there. But for these two trees, I'm sticking with the neutral colors.
When I'll be coming home, then I'll be at your door. When I'll be coming home, I plan to let you know the longing of my heart, the wish I carry high. Whenever we're apart, it takes me through the night. When I look deep into your eyes, when I look deep into your eyes, when I'll be coming home, and I am on my way. When I'll be coming home, I wanna see you play the music of your...
I absolutely love how both of these trees turned out. They were not overwhelming, and they were very neutral and very elegant looking, and I feel like I had just enough on here. The only other thing I would love to add to this tree is maybe some really pretty beads to string along, and I will keep my eye out for some of those. And I love it. I think everything looks so elegant and beautiful and not too overwhelming. I just love it. So now that I am finished decorating both of these trees in here, I'm going to head on over to my hutch, and I will add some subtle hints of Christmas in here as well. And I am going to stay with that neutral look in here as well. That large set of 3 bottle brush trees was purchased at Home Goods last year, and then I found these adorable little houses at Target in the dollar spot last year or the year before. Again, I don't remember. I'm not sure if they have their Christmas items out in the dollar spot just yet. I'm sure they do, because Halloween is over, and once Halloween ends, Christmas begins, and they most likely will have them out again. But these do light up, and I think they're adorable, and I love these little ornaments, the bottle brush trees here on each side of the houses. I found those at Walmart, and they were ornaments, and I just snipped the top part off, and I'm using them here in my hutch, and I just think everything looks so pretty in here. And I love how I kept everything nice and neutral, and everything looks really beautiful with the milk glass and the china that I have in here as well.
When I look deep into your eyes,
now I'm going to head on back into this area by my sofa, and I wanted to cover up this little ottoman that I have. I wanted to kind of dress it up a little bit, and I made this cover a few years back, and I love the green toile. It matches with my sofa so perfectly. And then I'm just going to dress it up, and I love using this mirror as a tray. And then I'm going to add a little urn like vase, and then I'm going to add some pine to that. I did find this little Christmas tree at Target last year in the dollar spot, and then I found these beautiful shabby chic chippy painted ornaments at an antique shop. And then I found this little Christmas wreath at Target dollar spot last year, and then the Christmas candle was from Home Goods. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that it gave you some Christmas decorating ideas and lots of inspiration. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure that you hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new. And I will have another video coming out here very shortly. I cannot wait to decorate the kitchen and the other two front rooms. So make sure that you hit that bell so you are notified when those videos come out. And I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Yes, it's Christmas.
What I've always loved most about decorating is that you can use the same things that you have over and over and over and kind of place them in different places in your house and just switch things up a little bit, and they don't feel like the same boring thing all the time. You really don't have to run out and purchase new decor every season and buy all kinds of new stuff. That is what I have always loved about decorating. I'm always finding new ways to use old items. And for me, this has saved me a ton of money, and it's a lot of fun, and I really do enjoy it. Last season, I had a pencil tree here in this corner, and I had this larger tree that I'm setting up now over off to the right side of my fireplace. This year I'm putting it up here in this corner, so I did have to move my console over just a little bit. The offsetting of my TV might bother me a little bit. I might have to put something, maybe like a small tree up on the left side of that console just to even things out. I don't know. There will be two parts of this decorating video, so we'll see. But I love this tree. I purchased this tree last season and I am so in love with it. I highly recommend buying this. It has a very lifelike look to it. The shedding is extremely minimal for a flocked tree. The quality is just so good. And this is not sponsored, but I love this tree. I shared it last season when I set it up, and there are a few of you that have messaged me earlier this season and said that you purchased it last year and you love it as well. And it does sell out super fast. I will leave a link down in my description box for it if you are interested. But I just want to quickly show you how minimal the shedding is. I set this tree up and fluffed it and all that stuff, and there was hardly any flocking left on the floor. I found this tin tree skirt last season and I love it. I did set this up in my other room last year, and this year I'm going to be using it here. I just thought it went really well with what I was doing in here. I think I used a woven basket tree skirt for this tree last year, and it went really well with my neutral decor. I feel like this white tin would look so much better with what I'm doing this year. I will also leave a link to this in my description box. I'm not going to decorate the tree just yet because I'm still thinking about what I'm going to use and the ornaments I'm going to pull out. So I decided to start decorating my mantle. I absolutely love these little Christmas village sets, and I usually set this up in my other room, but I had asked my son Shane what he thought I should do, and he thought that it would look really good on the mantle. So I went ahead and took his advice, and I am so happy that I did because I love looking at this. I feel like it is so festive, and it really reminds me of my childhood for some reason. And I just love it. I love that I set this up on my mantle instead of some other type of decor. I feel like it is more of a center piece in this room, and I just think it looks so incredibly gorgeous. There were a few bulbs that were burnt out, so I had to make a quick trip to Walmart, and I ended up buying a few things there. Not a lot, but I will go ahead and share with you what I did get. And I used night light bulbs. I'm not sure if those are the exact type of bulbs that you're supposed to use in here. I couldn't find any specifically for these little houses, so I used night light bulbs, and they worked out really well, and I am loving what it's looking like so far. I still have a lot to put out. I needed some of this Christmas drape, and I love using this stuff because it's so easy to hide all of those cords that you get from those villages, and it just makes everything look so much more festive. In the past, I have taken scissors and just kind of cut this up and fit it to where I'm placing it. This year I just ripped it, and I feel like it looks so much prettier when you rip it because it has that look of snow, just like it has just fallen. And I'm going to share how I draped it off on the corners and show you how I did that. But I think this stuff is really cool. Last year I used a flaky snow. It comes in the bags and it's like in tiny little pieces, and as beautiful as it was extremely messy, and I will never use that stuff again. So this stuff is so much better, and I believe it was like $3 and change for the whole bag. Here's what it's looking like so far. I think it looks beautiful and it hides those cords so perfectly. I'm gonna come back and finish decorating this here in a little bit. I need to go find the rest of the pieces with all the little people and the trees and all that stuff. I'm not quite done over here. I will come back to it, but I wanted to show you guys what it looked like with all of that beautiful snow. I'm going to quickly share what I just got at Walmart because I had to run in and get some more of those little light bulbs for my village, and I came across a few other things that I ended up buying, and I wanted to share with you what I got. I'm going to share them all. So I found this eucalyptus, so pretty. I'm going to kind of intertwine it in with this garland that I got. It is the 6-foot garland, and it is so pretty. It looks so real, and there were two. I almost grabbed both of them, but I feel like I just need one. But it is like real. It has like a very life-like realistic feel to it, and I'm going to put this on my hutch and then add a little bit of this eucalyptus. And I got 4 of these, and they were like $5 a piece. I also found some really pretty ribbon of the exact color that I want to use on my Christmas tree and my garland. So I'm going to use the smaller width on my tree, and then I got this cream colored one as well. But I'm going to use the smaller width on my tree, and then probably the larger one with the garland and the eucalyptus. And then I found this candle. I am not a fan of patchouli at all, but this candle smells so incredibly good. It is with patchouli, bergamot, green apple, jasmine, neroli, and cedar scent notes, and it smells so incredibly good. So I had to grab one, and then of course I needed some more ornament hooks, and then I thought these lamp posts were so cute, and I'm going to add them to my village. And then I grabbed 2 of these extension cords, and I'm using one now. I just added it over there. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting some of this ribbon on my tree. I think I'm going to do very minimal ornaments on this tree because I just think it looks so beautiful as it is. So I'm just going to add a few vintage looking ornaments. Okay, so these are the ornaments that I believe I had on this tree last year, and they are glass, and I think they're so pretty, and they have like a vintage look to them. So I'm going to add these, and then I have a couple other vintage style ornament I think I'm going to add to there as well. But let's go ahead and start adding some ribbon to this tree and a few ornaments. So when I cut my ribbon, I make sure that they're all the same length. So I go through and cut all of the pieces at once before I get started. And I did use 1 whole roll for my tree, which isn't very much. And like I said, I wanted to do minimal decorating on here. I felt like if I did too much ribbon, it would just look really weird. So I went ahead and cut all of my strips first, and then I started tying little bows where I wanted them to go. And this looks so pretty. I've never tied ribbon on my Christmas trees before, and it was very simple, and it just gives a very elegant, pretty look. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. This decorating, just for what you saw me do, did take quite a while, and I started later in the afternoon. So the day was getting away with me. I had dinner to make and hockey practice to go to, and just a lot of things just kind of caught up with me. So I let this sit and I came back to it the next day. And sometimes that's better to do because then you don't get so overwhelmed. So this is the next morning, and I am ready to go and ready to finish decorating.
Sitting by the fire and dream. Tell me again with a whisper.
So I want to quickly share what I did finish last night, and I added some more ornaments to this tree. I didn't film it because I was running out of that beautiful light, but I do want to share what it looks like now. I found these ticking ornaments that I purchased a year or two ago at Hobby Lobby. I love those. They have a vintage look to them. And then I also strung some beautiful beads which have like a gold and silver color to them. I used these last year on this tree, and then I hung up those glass ornaments that I shared with you earlier in the video. And then over here on my mantle, I did add a little bit to this village. I found some bottle brush trees and added those to my mantle.
Children making angels in the snow. Oh, what a gift to be given. How lucky can this old heart be? And I fall into peace and silence on a very special Christmas Eve.
So I pulled out the rest of my pieces for this village, and I'm going to add those now, and I love this. I love adding all the little people and all the extra stuff to this village. I just absolutely love it. Let me know down in the comments if you have a Christmas village that you set up every year. And of course I had to add those hockey players because my boys play hockey.
Little things that I wanna hear, and the stars up above, they are shining with love. Listening to this song playing on, listening to this song playing on.
I am not quite done over here. I still want to add a little bit of garland to the front of this mantle, but I'm going to come back to it because I'm still thinking about how I want to place this. So right now I'm going to head on over into more of the kitchen area, and I'm going to start to decorate my hutch. I absolutely love decorating my hutch, and I'm going to be using that 6-foot garland that I found at Walmart, as well as that eucalyptus. So obviously I found the 6-foot garland over in the Christmas section, but for this eucalyptus I found over in their craft area. So if you are looking for the eucalyptus, it is an everyday item, and you're going to find it over in the craft area, as well as this ribbon that I will be using today. So for every season, I always decorate my hutch. For spring, summer, fall, Christmas, I always have it decorated, and most of the time I do have some type of floral or vine or garland or something up here on the top. So I do have command hooks that are permanently placed up here. I do believe that the one on the left may have broke and fell off, and I really didn't need to put another one up there because the center one and the one on the right held it really secure. So once I have my garland up, I am going to take little pieces of my eucalyptus and just kind of place them throughout the garland, and I'm kind of weaving them in and out of the pine pieces. So I'm going to kind of overlap it and make it look like it's kind of all one piece. And you'll see as I'm placing it, I'm not using any glue or wire or anything. They can easily just kind of stick in the garland and they hold really, really well. I feel like this garland didn't really have a tail end, if that makes sense. So I wanted it to look really pretty as it cascaded down the sides. So I just kind of stuck that eucalyptus right at the very end. And again, I didn't need any wire or glue or anything.
We should start a band and reach for the sky. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep.
So I want to show you exactly how I did this. I stopped right at the center because I'm going to start going in the opposite direction now. That way it looks really pretty, as if it's just naturally falling and cascading. And it looks really even this way, and you really can't tell, but it just all falls beautifully this way.
We were such a constellation, right? No, you'd agree. Made a reputation for ourselves at age 18. We had the devil on our shoulders telling us what we should do. I wonder if you think about me too. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside, and I kind of feel like cold.
And here is what it looks like, all finished, and I am so in love with this. I think it looks so incredibly beautiful. It added so much more depth and texture to this beautiful garland already, and I just love this look. It's so festive and gorgeous, and I almost didn't add that ribbon because I just felt like this was enough, but I did want to add a pop of color over here. So now that this garland is all finished, I am going to add a few pieces of ribbon to each side.
I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside, and I kind of feel like
I decided that I didn't want to tie my bows directly to my garland. I felt like it might get messy or pieces might fall off or whatever. So I decided to make my bows first and then attach them with some wire. So what I did was I took a pin and I tied my ribbon to the pin and made a pretty bow. And then for the piece that my pin was through, I'm going to take my floral wire and thread that through the hole where the pin was. And then that way I can attach the floral wire to my garland and have a perfectly pretty bow.
Snow is falling down. I've been longing for this Christmas, when everyone's around to share this holiday. Yes, it's a time of happiness, a time of joy, but now this year is twice as special, 'cause I'm hoping for us to fall in love in this winter wonderland. Chilling by the fire as I'm trying to get your attention, giving you a smile. I can seem to look away. I might be crazy, but I think you feel it too, like a vibration.
I really wanted to add more of that burgundy color over here, but I didn't want to add more bows. I just didn't want it to get crazy with the ribbon. and I thought, wow, it would look really pretty if I decorated this planter box with some of those florals that I had left over from fall. And it will also add a center of that burgundy color between the two ribbons as well.
Hours pass by, all the stars shine much brighter. Or is it just your eyes that have lit something in me? See you coming closer from across the room. My heart is pounding really fast. I don't know what to do. Could we fall?
Once I had my florals in this planter box, I wanted to add something that said Christmas just a little bit more than what I had in here. So I took some pieces of some pine that I had in one of my bins and just kind of placed it in there to fill some of the holes. And I love this. It looks so, so pretty.
Cold night, but warm inside. Already said a little prayer that you will stick around. Is this year I'm really hoping for a kiss under the mistletoe? Snow is falling down. I've been longing for this Christmas when everyone's around to share this holiday. Yes, it's a time of happiness, a time of joy, but now this year is twice as special.
Now I'm just going to finish decorating in here using some pine pieces throughout and maybe some bottle brush trees and some other little tiny pieces of Christmas decor.
Fall in love in this winter wonderland. You dwell somewhere, somewhere I know. Spring's coming, it starts to show. You left something, something so strong. Keep searching, I'm on my way. Do you still know? Do you still know?
I really wanted to hang a pretty tassel here on the knobs in the front cabinet, but I didn't have any and I didn't want to go out and buy anything. So I decided to use these oversized ornaments that have a distressed look, and I found these at an antique store 3 years ago.
Hold on, I'm not that far away. You want something, something so strong.
I am so happy how this hutch turned out. It is simple yet beautiful and elegant. I feel like this would look just as beautiful if you were using neutral colors, if you had something similar to my planter box and used some beautiful white Christmas florals and then maybe a cream colored ribbon instead of a burgundy ribbon, but this turned out really pretty and I am so happy with how it looks. So now I'm going to head back into the family room, and I have given it a lot of thought, and I pulled out a few of my bins and I just went through what I had, and I decided what I was going to place up here on my mantle. I have had these garlands for years and years, and I decided to put them up here because they are flocked, and I'm going to be using some command hooks to hold them in place. So I just shared what those were, and I'm going to show you a closer look once I have those up. But I'm just placing the command hooks right up top, and I can hide them really well with that snow, so it makes them very easy to place and hide, and I just love using command hooks with all of my garlands. Here's a closer look at those command hooks and how exactly that I did put those here up on my mantle. So now I'm going to place my garland up here, and I'm going to work with it for a little bit because I wasn't quite sure how I wanted it to hang, but in the end I just have tiny little loops, and I think it looks really pretty. At first when I was placing this up here, I thought that it might be too much. I loved that it had a very clean look on the front, but I really wanted this to be a festive area over here, and once I was finished, this garland looked absolutely beautiful, and I went ahead with a flocked garland that I already had. Like I said earlier, I loved that it was flocked and that it matched the Christmas tree that was also flocked. I've had this garland as long as I could remember. I want to say before I even moved into this house, which was over 6 years ago. And I do remember that I did purchase this at Michael's. I'm not sure if they have this exact one still, but I know they have beautiful garlands there, and I just love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And to finish this look over here, I am placing my white fireplace screen back up here, and I did find the screen at Hobby Lobby probably 4 years ago. I'm not sure if they still have it, but it was a black color and I ended up painting it white. But I did find that at Hobby Lobby. I do get asked about that screen a lot, so I just wanted to let you know that I did find that at Hobby Lobby. I felt like my table was missing something in the kitchen, and I will get to a Christmas Decorate With Me video for the kitchen specifically, but I really wanted to put an arrangement together. I had some white flowers that were blooming beautifully in my backyard, and I'm going to use this chamber pot that I found at an antique store a while ago, and normally I would use a floral tape for this, but I'm going to use some regular Scotch tape, and I just wanted to make sure that that top part was nice and dry before I placed the tape up here. But I'm making grids, and this just helps keep the flowers from kind of falling out because this is a shallow container that I am using. Now that I have my iceberg roses placed in this container, I wanted it to add a little more of a Christmas look to this, so I'm taking some of my floral picks of pine and just kind of filling them in the empty spaces. So the last part of this video, I'm just going to add a little more coziness to this family room, and I'm going to do that by adding some cozy throw pillows and some blankets to this sofa. I'm also going to add a beautiful candle centerpiece to my coffee table. One of the best ways to cozy up a room is to add a fluffy throw blanket. I get most of my throw blankets at a store called Minky Couture. You can purchase these online, or if you live near a store, you can pick them up directly. But they are the best and most coziest blankets ever. And then I went with more of a neutral look for my larger sized pillows. These are some pillow covers in a linen with a beautiful ruffle on the end for the larger ones, and then I had some nice and soft pillows from last season, and then I used my toile printed throw pillows that I also had for fall right here, and I love these. I love that it had that red in there. And then I had a Merry Christmas ticking pillow that I put right in the center, and I found the Merry Christmas pillow at Home Goods. I also found the fur pillows at Home Goods as well, and then the other two were purchased online. And then I just used some candlesticks that I found at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and I used a trade mirror, and I found the trade mirror at Michael's. But I feel like everything looks so incredibly cozy and beautiful, and I am just so happy with this look. That is it for today's video. I hope that it has inspired you and given you lots of decorating ideas for the Christmas season. I hope that you truly enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Say hi in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite part of today's video was. I would love to know, and I will see you all in part 2 of my Christmas decorating, and I hope you guys all have an amazing day. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you click out. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I will see you in the next one. Bye!